But we're going to get started. Good evening. Hi, welcome to the webinar. Thank you for being here this evening, or thank you for watching the recording, if that's what you're doing. So as always, if you are attending right now, familiarize yourself with the chat box. Let me know. That's how you communicate with me. Let me know how you're doing. Ask a question in there. Give me information. Good to have some water if you can, to keep yourself hydrated, and also pen and paper so you can make notes, because sometimes things can come up that are quite surprising. But as always, I'm recording the session, so you can always check back in if you can't remember things that happened. So we're going to be focusing on money. Money is such a broad subject. There are so many different responses to money. The last couple of years, as with everything, it's brought up all sorts of different responses and different reactions. There's how you feel about money. Money is a sort of an energy, if you can think of it like that. Does it flow? Does it stop and start? How do you feel about money? Do you have any control over it? Is it your friend? Is it an enemy? When you start to think about money in different ways, you can start to clear any blocks to it. There's a family story around money, how it was dealt with as you were growing up. There's a society responses around money. How do you feel about people with money? You know, there's phrases like money doesn't grow on trees and money is the root of all evil. There are all these kind of core issues and beliefs and thoughts around money that sometimes we believe in, sometimes we don't. What's true is that money is an energy. It's not a real thing. It's a human construct. And it's about how you feel about it that we're going to be working on, and where you want to be. There's also that family story, you know, there's a sort of glass ceiling that maybe you can't earn more money than your parents did, or maybe there's a betrayal around that somehow if you're succeeding when others haven't, or if there's a sort of a breakthrough. Also with women in the workplace, there can be a glass ceiling. We all know about the gender pay gap. There are lots and lots and lots of things. So we're going to keep it as simple as we can, because we can't go into all of those things. But as always, this is about how you feel about the subject matter, what it brings up for you. We're going to be clearing the issues in the present day, and then maybe arcing back to some earlier pictures, and then as always going into the financial freedom of the future. That's the plan. So good. How are you doing right now? What are the first thoughts that you feel around money? What's the first feeling in your body? You might find tension, you might get excited. What is your money story? Does it come and go really quickly? Uncertainty, great. Thank you. Fear, never enough. Good. Great. And notice what that feels like in your body. How strong is that out of 10? It's always with any reaction. You just check in with how you're feeling. Good. So as always, checking in with that feeling, where it is, what it feels like, how big. It's a 6. Good. Okay. 7, 8. So we're getting some high numbers already. So before we dive into the money stuff, we're going to do a couple of rounds of tapping as always. So grounding yourself, breathing. Let's just close your eyes for a moment. Take a few breaths. Just land, put the day behind you. So it's time for you. Nice, easy breaths. Maybe choose a color or an energy that's going to support you and your money story right now. And if you want to, you can send that same intention to anyone or anything in your life, anyone else who you know might need help. Just send them some energy, some color, some support. And then bring your attention back to your now, back to breathing. Welcome. We're just breathing, settling into the body, taking nice, easy breaths, following the breath all the way down to your toes. So if you're a regular on the webinars, you'll know the process. We take time at the beginning. Your body knows what it's here to do. It understands that tapping is about releasing and moving through, and it's a good habit to get into, just to notice how you feel. how you want to feel. We're going to move through that. So one hand over your heart, we're just going to tap and breathe, tap through the top of the head. Just copy what I'm doing. If you haven't tapped before, just go with it. Nice, easy breathing. Tapping through the points. Feeling the energy starting to shift and ground. Your tummy might go, or you might find that you're yawning as you breathe and start to relax. Good. Lovely. It's also full moon tonight, and that can feel, can disrupt people's sleep. I know that people in emergency services know when the full moon is happening. Things happen. We are impacted by that, whether we know it or not. It's also a great time to let go. Just breathing in and out and borrowing the energy of the moon, whatever that means for you. Okay, just tapping and breathing and relaxing. I'm going to yawn. Lovely to me already. Nice big shift. Good. Hands back to your heart. Again, just notice just that bit of tapping, what that starts to do to your body. You might want to roll your shoulders a bit. As always, you might want to stretch. Good. So let's dive into money. So it's your first reaction to money. We've got uncertainty, we've got fear, we've got not enough. I can't have what I want. Tension. So noticing that feeling. Where it is in your body, you've got tightness in the breath, some in the tummy, butterflies. Okay. So breathing in a color that's going to help and support you. What do you need right now? Breathing it in through your head. And tapping on top of the head and repeating after me this reaction to money. This response with how I feel about money. This feeling about money. Money is a complex issue. I feel uncertain. Some people seem to have so much money. And some people have so little. Money feels unfair, uncertain. I feel like I don't have enough. I feel like I'm not in control of my money. You have to work hard to earn money. Money doesn't come easily. All these thoughts about money. All these reactions about money. Maybe I've not really thought about this before. But it's a constant thing in my life. Maybe I haven't always taken responsibility. Maybe other people have controlled my money. Maybe my employer controls my money. Or maybe the government takes my money. Maybe there's always a bill to pay. And those unexpected bills that make me feel uncertain about money. It doesn't feel like money is my friend. And I'd like to feel differently. I'd like to feel relaxed about money. I'd like to feel that there's more than enough. And that I can have the life that I lead, that I want. Good. Hands back over your heart. Just check in. Those first initial thoughts. Is that triggering more as I'm saying different thoughts and beliefs? How are you feeling now? What's starting to shift? So some worries and memories coming up, maybe about family. As I mentioned, those early pictures always impact us, the society beliefs. Feeling trapped in the construct of society, absolutely. Well, we can't live without money. Go and live in the woods, off grid. You can create your own power. how do you live without money? So that feeling of being trapped, what does that feel like in your body? Some doubts creeping in. Tension. Fear. Yeah, it can feel really powerless. Great. So just really tuning into what that does to your body, what that feels like. Close your eyes. Just tap on the collarbone for a moment. And just knowing that any emotion that comes up can be cleared, just allow the fears to surface. Sort of, if that's a 6 out of 10, make it a 7 out of 10. Just increase that a little bit. Breathe into it. Just allow that to come up. Breathe. Relax. Okay, I'm going to tap top of the head and repeating after me. All these thoughts about money through the points, these negative thoughts about money. Money makes me feel trapped. Money makes me feel anxious. I can't get away from money. Money is a problem. All this uncertainty. Can't get away from it. All this doubt about money. Feeling trapped around money. All these fears. When I think about money and how it impacts me, I'm ready to let this go. Keep tapping top of the head. Nice, easy breaths. All these thoughts about money. All these fears around money. Some of them are mine. Some of them belong to my family. Some of them belong to society. All these thoughts and beliefs around money. Starting to let go. I would like to feel differently about money. I would like to feel that money is my friend. Maybe that's too much of a stretch. Maybe I feel like I have to deal with this. I wish it was easier. I hope it can be easier. I'm looking to find a solution. Hands back over your heart. And we're just going to focus on the physical sensation in your body. So just notice where that is, if that's in your chest, in your tummy, in your breathing, in your shoulders. Relax into it. Breathe, top of the head, and breathing through the points. Repeating after me, this sensation in my body. This physical reaction to thinking about money. Side of the eye, this response to money. Under the eye, this feeling about money. Under the nose, this physical reaction when I think about money. The chin, letting it go. Collarbone, it's just another thought. Under the arm, this reaction to money. This physical sensation. This physical reaction when I think about money. Letting it go. Choosing to feel more relaxed. Choosing to let it go. Lovely, nice deep breath. Good, just let me know how you're doing. Keeping it nice and general so far. In a moment, we're going to look at the family story around money in a very distant way. And whatever that means for you, just let me know, how are you feeling? And if you know what your money story is for your family, what is that? What were the phrases, the money phrases that you experienced? What was the reaction if you asked for money? Was it of course, have as much as you want? How did it go? Were you taught to manage your money? Were you expected to understand? What thoughts come up? Family of money like a roller coaster, very up and down. No consistency. Felt like an obligation, like a drain. Okay, some difficulty. Okay, good. Okay, so painful, a cause of separation. So money can be a divider. So money, interestingly, is a magnifier of your personality, of your life. You know, there are people who win the lottery, get, you know, millions and millions, and they end up in a mansion on their own, and they lose it all because it's separated them away from their roots. And maybe they already had that isolation, or, you know, it magnifies your issues. So there may be a fear around having money because it might cause separation. If that was an early picture, if your parents argued about money, well, I better not have any of that, because otherwise I will argue with my partner, you know. And what happens is you don't have enough, you're arguing about it anyway. So it's, you know, sometimes you have the opposite behavior, but the same feeling. Never enough. And a criticism of people that had money. That's really key as well, because how can you get something that you will then be criticized to have? You know, it's a really, as I say, it's complex, but it's also simple, because we just come back to one thing at a time. Okay, so let's focus on the family. As I say, whatever that means for you, that might be carers, people you grow up with, significant people, whether the family that you know about or not. We're just going to come up above your timeline, above your life, and into your past. Just imagine the family line, the family story, whether you're consciously aware of that or not, whatever that feels like for you, and just kind of float above that belief, that story. Maybe you can see that as an image. Maybe it's a bubble of energy. Maybe it's a photograph. My mother was a single parent, and I felt guilty if I spent any money as it worried you. Okay. So you can see, as you know, if you've done this work, what you did then, you're going to carry on doing, and those elements will continue because we have an association with money. If I spend money, I feel guilty. So it's time to unlock all of those. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So seeing that below you, in whatever way that represents itself to you, excuse me. And I wonder if there are cords connecting you to that story, connection in some way, whether it's something you can see or feel. And what we're going to do is cut the cord to this story. So when you cut the cord with someone or something, what you're doing is clearing, deleting all the negative. The good, the positive, the love will remain. We're just ending, we're just sort of putting a boundary and going, I'm not going to do that story anymore, and we're going to create something new. So you might feel a connection to that story, to those people, to the ancestral line. It's time for that to end. Good. So bringing in a color or an energy, or there might be an animal that you want with you, or a guide, or an angel, whatever that means for you. Let's bring in some support for yourself. Nice deep breath. You have the support of me and the people here. Good. And notice, where does that money story connect to your body? Do you feel that in your chest? Is it in your head? Is it in your DNA? Just notice what that feels like. And if this feels really difficult to relate to, know that your unconscious mind can do this work, whether you understand it or not, or whether you get a clear image or not. Your unconscious mind, the reason you're here is that you're here to do this work, and the unconscious mind can do that. So whatever that feels like for you, just draw your energy and your power through this cord, through this connection. Anything you've given to this story, start to reclaim that now, your power, your energy. And any of this money story, family story that's in your body, your energy system, send that back through this cord, through this connection, back through the family line. Just breathe, and as I say, allow that to happen in whatever way, whether you see that, feel it, maybe you just breathe through it, feel that separation start to happen, separating out your energies. You don't need to carry this family story anymore. And what can come up as we start to do this separation is there may be feelings of betrayal or guilt, leaving people behind. That's not the case. What you do for yourself you do for them. So as you start to unlock and unravel this family story, you unravel it for everybody. Often the reaction can be a bit of fear. Absolutely fine, absolutely normal. Good, nice deep breath. So when you feel separated from that pattern, that feeling, whatever that feels right for you, imagine a big silver sword or a pair of scissors and just cut through that pattern, that cord, that connection. Feel it falling away for you, for the family, for anyone else involved. Feel that ripple out. You're drawing a line in the sand. You're creating a new way, which we're going to move into in a moment. So close your eyes and breathe and notice what that feels like to have cut through that cord, that pattern. Hopefully you feel some freedom. So someone's saying, I couldn't feel the connection at all, completely separate. Is that because of the work I've done? Yeah, it could well be. As I say, there may be, your unconscious knows what's happened. Maybe you've separated from that already. Notice what you do feel. How do you feel about the fact that you can't feel that connection? And it's different for everybody. Does it feel peaceful when you think about money and the family? How does that feel now? So if you've done that cord cutting, just sit with that. Notice how you feel. Do you feel a shift in your energy? Great. And now we're going to move forward to a new way. So whether or not that connection was there, whether you feel that, we're just going to move for you, for everyone you know, everyone you're attached to, everyone you know will be also affected by this and brought with you. So let's bring in the color of abundance, financial freedom. What does that feel like? Let's bring that in for yourself. As you turn up the volume on this new money story, what would you like it to be? How would you like to feel about money? Would you like it to be easy, flowing? Is there a number in your head of what you want your bank account to be? Is there a holiday that you want? Is there some repair work in your house that needs doing that you could just do without thinking? What does the new money story look or feel like? You could wave a wand and change something. Do that now and step into a different money story. Which is different for everybody. For some people, that is being a billionaire. For some people, that is not having to worry about paying the bills. What is it for you? What do you want? What do you need? Not feeling guilty about spending money. Good. How do you want to feel? If you don't want to feel guilty, how do you want to feel? Excited to share money? Secure around money? Knowing that you have enough always? How would that feel? If you waved a wand, if you won the lottery tonight, so you never had to think about money again and worry about it, what would that be like? What would you do with that? Would you share that? Where would you go? How different would life be? Because you may find that it might not be that different. You might not be doing many different things. Good. Good. How are you feeling? How's this going for you? Okay, feeling easier. There's a bit of doubt coming up. Not sure that this will work. Just feel I can do whatever I like. Yeah, for example, buy a nice house. Absolutely. Freedom. Financial freedom for me is the key, because that is whatever it means to anyone. Like, you can do whatever you want. Money isn't an issue. Money isn't the thing that gets in the way. Other things may get in the way, but we might blame money for that. Oh, I can't afford it. Becomes because that's the evidence of that, but maybe that's hiding a deeper fear of maybe I'm not allowed it, or there's guilt around that. But yeah, so that financial freedom, we're going to move into that, whatever that means to you in a moment. So connecting with your body, close your eyes for a moment and just tap through the points, top of the head and through the points, just checking with how you feel. Keep breathing and tapping. Good. Turning up the volume in that financial freedom feeling. I can have what I want. I can do what I like. I can go where I want to go. Just start to feel what that might be like. Start to dream. What would you do? Paying off your mortgage, paying off your family's mortgages, helping friends, complete freedom. What would you do? When you start to dream like that and push the boundaries, push the barriers, that's when the magic can happen. Okay. So keep tapping through the points and move forward into a future that feels right, unspecified time, where financial freedom is what rules. You can have, do, go anywhere. Financial freedom. What does it feel like? What do you see around you? What are people saying? Where are you going? What are you wearing? How do you feel? As always, the emotion, the feeling is the most important part. Okay, good. Turn up the volume on this feeling and then allow any doubts or fears to come in. What is stopping you? So there can be, I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. It's not possible. Just allow that doubt to come in. And we're going to clear that in a moment. Just keep tapping and breathing. Good. Lovely. Okay. So whatever it feels like for you, we're going to clear the negative. So tapping on top of the head, repeating after me, all this fear around money. I want this new future. I'm not sure I can have it. I'm not sure I deserve it. It hasn't been easy in the past. Why would it be easy now? All this doubt about money. All this fear about money. I know what I want. I know where I want to go. I know how I want to feel. Can it really be that easy? I know it's been hard in the past. Letting it go. All these negative thoughts about money. All these old beliefs I've carried from my family that I've let go of now. I've done the work. I've let go of the pain. I'm choosing to let go. I'm choosing financial freedom. The more I allow for myself, the more I allow for my friends, for my family, for my community. It would be wonderful if I could share this abundance with everybody. But maybe part of me is afraid. Maybe I'm afraid of what might happen if I have money. Maybe I'm afraid of losing it, or it being stolen from me, or that it will cause separation. Maybe part of me is scared to have money. I'm ready to let that go. All these old thoughts around money, these old family fears, these fears around the community, all these old thoughts about money. Releasing and letting them go. all this doubt about money, all this fear around money, starting to let go, starting to feel good about money. Money is a two-way street, giving and receiving. I'm ready to receive more. I'm ready to give more. The more I give, the more I receive. The more I push the boundary, the more I allow. The more relaxed I can feel about money, the easier I am to let it in, the more easily it will flow to me. Nice deep breath. All these thoughts about money, these old money stories, these old patterns. I choose to let them go. I choose to relax. Feeling good, feeling calm. I just want to buy the things that I want to buy. I just want to share what I want to share. I want to help where I want to help. I would love financial freedom. I would love money to be my friend. What adventures we would have. I would love an abundant supply of financial freedom. I would love money to be easy, to bring connection, for it to bring people together. I know that my thoughts impact my behavior, and my behavior impacts my emotions, and that the more relaxed I am, the more my thoughts are relaxed, the more in control I am, the more open I am to a new way of being. I choose to feel more relaxed around money. I'm open to receiving more. I'm open to allowing the money. It's safe to come and go. It's just an energy. If I think of money like electricity, or like love, water, I can imagine it flowing. It can come to me, and I can allow it. All the thoughts and subconscious beliefs that I hold around money, all the negative thoughts and negative beliefs that I hold around money, I'm ready to let them go. I choose to let them go. With every tap and every breath, I'm releasing the old fears around money, and I'm choosing a new way of being. I'm choosing to let go. I'm choosing to feel good. Yeah, so hands back over your heart. Just close your eyes if you haven't already, and really tune into how your body feels right now. We've just done some deep tapping there. What came up for you? What resonated? Let that settle. So remember working with 2 clients around the same time, and one had a lot of money issues, not enough. I'm always fighting to get more. And the other clients had exactly the same thoughts, but her thoughts were around time. That's how she felt about time. There's not enough time. She said, money's easy. I've got plenty of money. I don't have enough time. The other person was like, time's easy. I've always got time for everything. I'm just organized. Money is awful. So they had exactly the same beliefs, but on opposite issues. which is just fascinating because time is also a concept. It's not a real thing. Clocks are a human construct. Money is a human construct. Time can change. Time can feel like you have plenty of time. Time can stretch. So how does that feel for you when you think about that? Is time easy for you and money difficult, or vice versa? Do they feel the same? I always thought money gave you more time. Fascinating. So they're interconnected. So why does money give you more time? Freedom to put more time into what you love. Okay, so if you have financial freedom, you get to choose how you live your life. So does that mean you have a feeling that you don't have enough time, or you have to do things that you don't want to do, presumably? So we have to work. And there's the other whole aspect, we have to work. The daily grind. Yeah, work. How do you feel about work? How do you feel about the fact that you have to earn money? Or that money, money comes from other people. You do a job, you get paid. You have a client, you get paid. There is a movement of money. You need people in your life in order to have money move around. What does that bring up for you? As I say, there's so many aspects. How do you feel about work? So let's bring some freedom and ease into all of these different aspects. Hopefully this is bringing things to light. We're not going to wave a wand and clear all the money issues in one go. It can go so deep and vast. Absolutely. This is tip of the iceberg. We are just looking at the first kind of layers really around money. Work is exhausting. And do you have to work hard to earn that money? Do you feel like you get the value? Are you paid enough for what you do? Got all these different aspects. Huge. And if you can boil it down to a core issue that you'd like to clear right now. So for example, work is exhausting. You can focus on that for the next round of tapping. Or money gives you more time. More money gives you more time, if that's your issue. Or balance, great, perfect. That's what you want. Spending money makes me feel guilty. Moving that into spending money makes me feel abundant. What do you want instead? So what is the thing you want to clear and what do you want instead, which is normally the opposite. I'm going to set the intention in a moment to change this one thing, one key issue, and it's going to turn the tide of money being a problem to money being your friend, being a solution. It's the other side of the coin. That's what we're going for. Feeling better about having money, keeping hold of money, managing money. Freedom without money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because true freedom, well, what does freedom mean for you? For me, it is you can be trapped in a prison room and feel free as a bird. It's not about where you are, it's how you feel. So it's absolutely pouring here. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's absolutely started throwing it down. So I hope that's not disrupting anyone. Good. Okay. So core issue, one issue, boil it down to a sentence. We're going to tap around on that negative and then tap around on the positive. All right. And start to move towards that thing. Nice deep breath. Focusing on work is exhausting. Focusing on guilt, whatever the issue is, it's not enough. Top of the head, repeating after me. My core issue around money. This difficulty I have around money. When I notice it, I'm already creating the solution. This doubt I have around money. Work is exhausting. I don't have freedom without money. I need money. I don't know how to manage money. this guilt I have around money, this negative thought I have around money. I know that if I can change this one thing, I'm going to turn the tide. What I want wants me too. So that means money wants me too. Money is looking for a way to pour into my life. Money is waiting for me to open the door. And I have the key to that door. Part of me is afraid to use the key. And that's okay. I can do that anyway. There are many doors, many keys. I'm ready to let more money in. There's one thought about money that I would like to change. There's one thought that stops the money coming in. I'm ready to let that one go. I'm ready to unlock it. I'm ready to feel free, to not be exhausted by work, to not feel guilty about spending money, to be able to know that I have enough. I'm starting to feel excited about what could be. What could I do? How will my life be when I open this door? And abundance starts to trickle in. I wonder what the first thing I would do. I'm allowing more money, step by step, moment by moment, day by day. Nice deep breath. I'm just tapping on top of the head for a moment, breathing in. Let's do some slow tapping. Repeating after me. I'm clearing this negative belief through the point, slowly tapping. This one core issue. This part that I'm ready to release. This thought or belief that's been holding me back. I'm so grateful for the help that it's given me. This thought has helped me try to stay safe. And it's over now. I'm ready to feel good. I'm ready to have full freedom. I'm ready to breathe. I'm ready to allow. Clearing this one negative belief and replacing it with allowing. I allow more money into my life. Lovely. And just pause for a moment, hands over your heart. Just turn up the volume on money and just imagine whatever feels right to you, a wave of money or abundance, freedom, ease, balance, happiness, connection with money. Feel it flowing in and around you. Allow that to be a gift. What does abundance look, sound, or feel like for you? Good. Good. Perfect. Now we're going to tap into some lovely positives around money. Top of the head, repeating after me. Money is my friend. Money is on my side. Money is here to help me. Money is a solution. Money brings people together. Money makes the world go round. Money brings people together. Money gives you freedom. Money is easy. Money flows easily to me. Money is an energy. Money's on my side. Money wants to be with me. Money is a friend. Nice deep breath. And just notice if any of those felt really difficult or any of them felt really good. Top of the head, we're going to keep tapping. All these thoughts around money. I'm starting to look for the money miracles, for the little wins, the excitement of finding a £5 note in a coat pocket, the gift of a free cup of coffee, these tiny gifts of abundance. I'm going to start noticing more and more of these. I'm going to start giving too. Spreading the excitement of receiving money. I'm ready to receive. I know I'm receiving it. I'm ready to feel good about money. I'm ready to enjoy money. I'm ready to enjoy my relationship with money. Wonderful. Hands over your heart. Nice deep breath. Just notice what that brought up for you. How does that feel? I'm going to go through a few money tips in a moment, little things that you can do to help your money story. So just check in with how you're feeling. Breathe. Let that settle. Hi, welcome. Just joining. Okay. Money miracles. Okay. So there are a few things that can help to grow the abundance of money and how you feel about it. So one thing is just to start noticing the money that you already have. If you have money paid into your account every month, if you have a salary, if you have a job, really noticing that, valuing yourself and the work that you've done to create that, feeling the abundance of that, of what it is. As always, to appreciate more of what you have to appreciate, to create more of what you have, you need to appreciate what you have. That comes down to every penny. And when you start to appreciate every time you buy something, you're saying thank you to the money that's enabled that transaction. Every time you pay a bill, thank you to the money for allowing that transaction to happen, to heat your home. Whatever it is, just start to appreciate the role of money in that place, so that you can start to see that it is around you. You do have it. The fact that you're on this call, you have access to the internet, you have a roof over your head, you have so much. It doesn't take much to look around and realize there's more probably in the room that you're sitting in than some people will ever experience in their entire lives. Easy to find the abundance. When you find it specifically around money, and those moments, like I mentioned, like putting your hand in a pocket and finding some money from the last time you went out. I mean, what a bonus that feels like. It's just, you know, a past self has left a gift for your future self. You feel that excitement. So I read a book, I can't remember what it's called, I will post it, I think it was called Happy Money. And you would write on a post-it note, this is a gift, enjoy a treat for yourself, and stick it on a £1 note or a £10 note or a £5 note, roll it up and hide it somewhere, like in a library book or in a box of eggs in the supermarket. So somebody will come along and find this gift. And I've done this a few times. And the first time I did it, I put £5, I hid it somewhere in a public loo, I think, So the next person would come in and find it. I promise you, that night, my husband came home and said, my dad's just given me £1,000. It was like, okay, that worked. It was amazing. So when you start to try this out, experiment with money, how can you grow it? How can you appreciate it? How can you give it? You're giving a tip or whatever it is, just saying thank you and seeing that ripple out. Tapping around how you feel. So we've gone through a few but negative beliefs today, but what are yours? Sit down for a moment after the call, write down how you feel about money. If it was a person, what would it be like? Who would they be like? Was it male or female? Do you have a good relationship with them? Do you like them? That's a nice thing to do to help to create, to find your issues around money. It's another good one. You can write a letter to the essence of money, to the energy of money. How do you feel? What would you like? Are you asking for money? Are you clear about what you want? Do you have goals? Do you have a certain amount of money that you'd like in your bank account? Is there a certain amount of money that you want to come in to your bank account every month? Just what are you asking for? What do you want? And just sometimes clarifying that can start things to shift. What would you do if you had money? If you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you do? Like really allowing your mind to expand into the possibilities helps to grow that abundance. Lovely. So these are just thoughts that come. When you think about money, what is stopping that process? In a moment, we're going to finish with going to that future you 10 years from now, or a future version of you who has everything you want. But just anyone, let me know how you're feeling. Any thoughts coming up? Any doubts still? Before we dive into an abundant, money-filled future. And the other thing that's interesting is that what do you value? What would you spend your money on? So some people obviously value holiday. They'll not spend anything, but they'll have an extremely extravagant holiday maybe, but they won't spend it on self-care. You know, where would you spend money and where don't you spend money? All fun activities and people I love. Perfect. Lovely. So feeling free, being able to just buy things, share things. Fantastic. Good. Okay, so we are going to wave a wand now and bring in that money. Nice deep breath. Closing your eyes. A few deep breaths. And allow an image or a time or place to come to you, a future you who has cleared all their blocks to money, blocks to receiving, done this work. Money's flowing. And imagine yourself there in the future, free, happy, relaxed, abundant. Turn up the volume on this picture, step into this picture and connect with the future you. Do they have some advice for you? Anything you want to ask them? Just have a conversation with that future you. You can tap on the collarbone if you'd like to, or just breathe. What do you need to know about money? Good. And when you're ready, ask that future you to step into your body for a moment so you can experience what it feels like to be that future you, to have that abundance. How does it feel? What does it allow for you? And then make that more and more intense. That fill your heart. And know that that is an everlasting supply, a non-stop supply of abundance. Maybe you're going to send that to friends, family, into your world, into your home, into your work, into your communication. Feel this energy flooding out into the universe. So what we've done tonight is clear the part of the problem, and what we've created is part of the solution. So you are now on the abundant side of money, the allowing side of money. It's fun, it's free, it's easy. Good. What you want wants you to. You just need to open the door. Feel that flooding in and around you. Make it bigger and brighter still. Take a deep breath, send it out. Good. When you're ready, just thank that future you, let them know. You can ask for them for help whenever you need it. Nice deep breaths and just coming back to the here and now when you feel ready. Good. And opening your eyes when you're ready. Wonderful. How are you doing? So I hope that's been helpful. To say money can be complex, can be very straightforward. What has that shown you? What has it brought up for you? What is your next step? Basically, where do you stand around money? How does it feel? It is. When I was feeling the rain. It's huge. It's really raining out there. Good. Okay. So, as always, I'm here to help. If you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. If you would like to dive deeper into your money story, then book a session with me. We can talk it through, find out what the core issue is. As I say, money is a magnifier, so it's not the way you do one thing is the way you feel about everything. So if you think something the good for you is going to cause a problem, you will probably have that in all the good things in your life. So it's a really powerful way to kind of step back and look at what the issues are. The membership site is there. It's available to you, all sorts of different tools, videos, audios, webinars that you can use at any moment. But yeah, I'd love to hear how you're getting on, and more that you can tune into that miracle and that abundant feeling, the future you who has money, what would they do? And the phrase fake it till you make it is not quite right for me. It feels slightly off because you want to believe it. So if you can, but what would an abundant me do? If I had all the money in the world, what would I do? And just, you might not make decisions as if you had money, because if you haven't, you've got to the reality of where you are. But what would I do if I did? And just to start to expand that boundary of your limitation with money and start to grow it. So as I say, every now and then I'll write a note on a £10 note and leave it somewhere, and just the excitement of like someone coming in and finding this, wow, that would be great, what a gift. Buying a coffee for someone in a coffee shop that you don't know, that's quite a fun way of doing it. Lots of things that you can do to help to grow your money. Lovely. So thanks so much for being here. Hope that's been helpful. Next session is third week in November. But yeah, do let me know how you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Lots of love. Thank you. Bye-bye.